Before we get into today's show, question for you. How many Lions games have you watched this year? It's simple. Throw it in the comment section. I want to see. I've watched every single one, but maybe you're different. Let's get this thing going. Let's start right now with Jared Goff getting a lot of love as of late, and it's good to see because Jared Goff had a hell of a game on Saturday, and he is nominated for FedEx Air Player of the Week following the win over the Broncos. He tore it up with 5 touchdowns, and he had almost 300 yards passing, no turnovers. He's won this award multiple times throughout his NFL career, and I do believe that he should win it again because the stats that he put up was absolutely amazing. And that's exactly what the Lions need to keep doing in this playoff run. Jared Goff here, 5 touchdowns, 22 for 28, 278 yards, massive bounce back game. Looked like an all-elite quarterback in the game, and that's what you need to have when we're trying to make that playoff run. According to NFL.com, Jared Goff is enjoying a solid season. He's dropped off a bit since he started off, but Goff is currently ranked 4th in yards, 8th in touchdown passes, 8th in passer ratings, and 10th in QBR. The quarterbacks ahead of him are Tua, C.J. Stroud, Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen. Jared Goff is in a great mix of quarterbacks in the NFL. And right now, I do think that he should be in a Pro Bowl. I think with these type of stats, he should be in it. And look, if he continues, he will be. Interestingly enough, it's not just him that's looking pretty good for the Pro Bowl. Amon-Ra St. Brown is 4th among wide receivers. He's trending towards his 2nd Pro Bowl in a row. He currently ranks 8th in receptions, 6th in receiving yards, and tied 12th for touchdowns. He's getting it done for the Detroit Lions. Question for you before we continue on. How many Detroit Lions will be in the Pro Bowl? It's simple, 1 through 7, or if you think more, put it in the comment section. That's going to be a comment to pin for this video. Guess who else should be in the Pro Bowl? That's Sam Laporta. He's 4th among tight ends right now. He's just getting it done. I mean, he's up there with Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and T.J. Hockenson. He's having a phenomenal year. Even though he is just a tight end, a rookie tight end, he absolutely should be in Pro Bowl in 2023. His numbers is just, it's out of the realm of worldly right now. Other players who's trending towards the Pro Bowl, Penei Sewell is 4th amongst offensive tackles. He should be making it in there. Frank Ragnow, 4th amongst centers. He should be making it in there. Funny here, long snapper Jack McQuaid, he's 10th among long snappers. Who knows what's going to happen there. Aiden Hutchinson, 7th amongst defensive ends, so it's a possibility that even though Aiden Hutchinson is having a down year, that he makes the Pro Bowl this season. But look, you could be voted for it, but we don't want to be in the Pro Bowl because we want to be in the Super Bowl, right? But that's for down the road. We definitely would like to see that. But still, the Detroit Lions players are having a phenomenal year. They absolutely are, and it's really good to see. So again, question for you, how many Lions will make the Pro Bowl? Let me know in the comments below. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Excited to talk about it here. PrizePicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS. They'll match your deposit match up to $100. And if you want to spice up your NFL Sunday or any other sports day, get started with Prize Picks right now. Prize Picks is a skill-based, real money daily fantasy sports game. And if you're looking to have more fun on game day, look no further than Prize Picks. You want to play alongside some of Prize Picks' favorite players like rapper Meek Mill and comedian Andrew Schultz? You can now find community plays under the promos tab of the app to view entries for some of the biggest names in the Prize Picks community each week. Prize Picks even offers a reboot policy so that your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured for football and basketball games. If your players who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second half, that player gets rebooted. Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy sports platform with an injury insurance policy. I decided to go to hockey here, and I think that Sebastian Aho will get more than 19.75 time on the ice, and Jack H.O. will get more than 20.5. So get started with Prize Picks right now. It's prizepicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS for deposit match up to $100. Why is it code CLNS? Because that's our ad agency partner. Use code CLNS. It's real easy. 4 letters, get $100 match when you sign up. So download the app today. The link will be in the description and comment section of this video. It's prizepicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS. As we continue on here, when I look at the Lions players and how they're performing, how Jared Goff, FedEx Air and Ground nominee, and the Pro Bowl here, I do believe that the Detroit Lions should have, at the very least, I'm saying very least, 4 players in the Pro Bowl. Jared Goff should be one of those individuals. Penei Sewell should definitely be one of those individuals. I think, how about Jahmyr Gibbs? I think Gibbs should absolutely be in the Pro Bowl for the Lions. Alex Anzalone's having a really good year. In my opinion, a Pro Bowl year. And, of course, St. Brown. There's others you can nominate, but at the very least they should get 4 because the Lions are having a great season, and these players are blowing up. And I think it's should be rightfully so with the Lions' record and the way that these players are playing. They should get back into it and get those numbers in there. Before we get into the power rankings that's given out, where do you have the Detroit Lions ranking in the power rankings? 1, if you think they're the best team in the NFL. 32, if you're a troll. Let's get into these power rankings right now here. Detroit Lions, 1. Denver Broncos, you expect them to go up in the power rankings, and half of them did here. All Lions, they went from 5th to 3rd in the NFL. I think that's really nice for them. It's really high, but that's a lovely spot. Bleacher Report, same thing, 5th to 3rd. The Athletic went 8th to 7th, trying to stay still at that same spot. Now, a lot of these guys, even with the loss of Chicago, they didn't move a whole lot, so they're pretty much locked in. Sporting News, they went from 7 to 4, jumped all the way up there. I'm sure it helped that the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles lost. Pro Football Network stayed the exact same. They're locked in. ESPN, the exact same, locked in at 6. I think that's fine. Yahoo Sports locked in. USA Today actually dropped the Detroit Lions 1 spot. Kind of interesting right there. Weird. But again, after seeing this, where do you have the Lions ranking in the power rankings? Blow up the comment section. Let's get into the NFC standings and playoff standings after the game that took place last night. Let's go ahead and jump into the seeding right now for the NFL playoffs and the NFC specifically after the Seattle Seahawks defeated the Philadelphia Eagles. Has big ramifications here. Now, if Seattle would have lost, the Lions would have been locked in at the playoffs. With that said, with Seattle losing, the Detroit Lions control their own destiny to the number 2 seed. That is correct. If the Lions were to win out, at the very least, they'll be at the number 2 seed. And that's because of their schedule here. Look, the Detroit Lions, if they beat Minnesota, obviously they win the NFC North. But Dallas Cowboys, this is now a massive game for the Detroit Lions. If the Detroit Lions were to beat Dallas Cowboys, they jump Dallas, take the number 2 seed. That's really important. Obviously, winning out, they continue with that, with the winning at Minnesota. So the Lions have a chance to make some legit noise, and that's freaking great. I love it. If the Lions win, we're happy. If the Lions win, we can have multiple playoff games at Ford Field. And that's better than going on the road. Because look, let's keep it 100 right here. Dallas Cowboys hard to beat at their house. Philadelphia Eagles, do you really want to play there? So if the Lions get the number 2 seed, the only team that we're going to worry about playing outside is San Francisco. Everyone else will have to come to Detroit. That would be epic. That would be massive. And the odds are, if you're hosting a playoff game all the way till the last game of the NFC Championship game, where, look, if San Francisco, you'd have to go to San Francisco if they went out. But ultimately, you want people to come to your house. So Lions have a real legit shot for that number 2 seed, and that's awesome. They still have a small chance for that number 1 seed. That would require the San Francisco to lose 2 out of their 3 games. And look, it's possible. Baltimore Ravens, tough team. LA Rams, they're fighting hard to get into the playoffs. The rest of them, again, the Lions, all they got to do is win out. That's it. Win out, and they got the number 2 seed. Philadelphia Eagles, they got an easy schedule here. There's a good chance they win out. But look at the Dallas Cowboys schedule. Miami Dolphins, tough game. Detroit Lions, tough game. Watch Commanders, a gimme. So all the Lions got to do is win out, and they're sitting pretty at number 2. And that's what we want. That's what we want. What's my takes right here? When I look at the schedules, and I look at the remaining schedules for all 4 of the teams, including our Detroit Lions, I still think that the Lions' odds is to get the number 3 seed. I still think it's going to be hard to defeat the Dallas Cowboys. With that said, it's not out of the realm of possibility. We will get no late than 3. We will, if we win, we get the number 2 seed. So still, odds number 3 seems to be the most likely. Second, number 2 seed. Unlikeliest is number 1. It's just difficult because right now San Francisco is playing at such a high level. And that's just the bottom line here. Tomorrow we're going to be doing Lions breaking down versus the Minnesota Vikings. It's going to be a great video. Really need to talk about it. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the latest Lions news or rumors. All of that lovely stuff. The One Pride podcast is on Thursday. Live Q&A. We'll talk Lions, Vikings. Make sure you're there. It's fun. And, of course, on Saturday, we got Lions and Vikings live watch party. If the Lions win the NFC North, expect a nice long stream after that, celebrating for the first time in 30 years, Lions winning a division. With that said, folks, adios.